Hey guys, Bottom25 here, playing FSX once again. Today we'll be flying a Lufthansa A320 from Beijing capital to a cars. Oh, yeah, I need to actually start the thing now. To Changchun. Now, right, of course, probably, even though we're not flying into or out of Wuhan like we were earlier, in this case I will mention coronavirus, just in the sense of, I'm, at the time of recording this, which is the 13th of March 2020, you will only be seeing this in April at the earliest. It might even be May. Yeah, just as I record this was, like, yesterday was announced that schools would be closing. In Ireland due to coronavirus, so I am taking, well, still living with my parents, but I am taking necessary precautions. For the moment, the schools are only closed for 2 weeks, and there's meant to be a week and then the Easter holidays, but, like, my rationale, which, to be fair, I'm putting this out there, we shall see how things go, because by the time this goes live, it will be very obvious what's actually happened. But what I think they're doing is, the reason they're only opening it, or only closing schools for 2 weeks, as opposed to, let's say, the 5, so close it for that week, and the Easter holidays, is that, come on, oh, is the engine's not, son of a corgi. Right, the reason I think they haven't announced longer closures is, one, let's see how. It's kind of a, let's see how things go. There we go, I think number one's coming online just based on the increase in pounds per hour. That's fuel consumption. The reason I think they haven't announced longer term school closures is because if they only close it for 2 weeks now, right, number two is just about coming online. The reason I think they're only announcing school closures for 2 weeks is they're, I think, trying to just say, right, we'll bring the Easter holidays forward, so in the end the amount of time spent in school stays the same. Like I said, doubt. But the thing is, at this point, they have to determine at what point does it become acceptable. Like, at what point does the risk reduce to a point where it can be deemed acceptable to send children, or young adults, because universities and everything are closed, back to school. Because there is an argument to be made that you shouldn't send them back until there's a vaccine, which won't happen for another 8 months to a year and a half or so, apparently. Like I said, I'm not paranoid about this, by the way, just to clarify. This is a thing that's happening, and I'm dealing with it to the best of my ability. The reason I'm not too worried is I am in good health, I have no underlying medical condition, neither do any of my family, like direct family as far as I know, and like, all things considered, just due to the nature of my parents' jobs, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but they're not medical professionals, by the way, just to clarify. They're not working in hospitals or wards or anything like that. But they do, like, their jobs mean they cannot work from home. And they also do encounter quite a lot of people. Therefore, it is quite likely that one or more of us will get the coronavirus. We haven't, hasn't affected us yet, but we shall see. Like I said, I personally am not too concerned about it. because once again, it would be a different situation if I was at home, or if I was visiting my grandparents or things like that, just due to the fact that they are older. They might not have any underlying like lung conditions or things like that, but because like I presume that's the biggest danger. Well, that and the weakened immune system. But they are older, so their immune system is naturally weaker. So in that case, I would be much more worried that I could get it and spread it to them. But since they live, you know, a good chunk of distance away, because I'm in Ireland, they're in Hungary. You get the point. So, you know, like I said, for the moment, at least over here, things continue as normal, because basically they tell you, don't go anywhere, stay at home, stay inside, reduce contact, keep contact to a minimum. Some people may be freaking out. I'm like, I'm sorry, that's what I do normally. I mean, the only thing this has kind of screwed up is James, you might have seen train simulator videos in the one video I did flying Ed Force 1. But, yeah, we intended to take a train, and I am keeping an eye on it, because I do still very much want to take that train. I am, like, that's probably not going to happen for a while, just due to the nature of this. What I am personally hoping for is just as temperatures increase, cases drop, because even my summer holidays to Toulouse, Paris, London, and all that area in Portsmouth are in jeopardy at the moment. So once again, I'm hoping that will cause a drop in cases, so that things aren't too bad. Right, let's take off while we're at it. But of course, we shall see the situation. I obviously don't want to take any unnecessary risks. Like I said, like, the one reason why I'm kind of looking at the train as well is public transport isn't closing, but I am kind of keeping an eye on things, like, as in wondering, like, how many people will actually use it, because I think at this point it's only the people who really need to travel. And the route we would be travelling on, not specifying here, but the route we would be travelling on is pretty quiet. Anyway, like, it's not, how do I say, it's not one of the commuter lines or anything. I'll pause the video here, so once we begin our approach into Changchun. See you then. Hey guys, we're approaching Changchun. I know this is that function. I presume that one's the name of the airport, the other's the name of the town. 215. Also, yes, I'm probably mispronouncing all this because I don't speak Chinese, or Mandarin technically. Because Mandarin, Cantonese, all those variations. We'll maintain the speed for the moment. And of course I'm keeping my eyes peeled for the airport. If that's it there. Don't know where there's these weird log spikes. Okay, let's slow down to 130. Pull out the flaps to notch 1. Windows on there. Well, not notch 1, I guess. That's more train power. Turning right a bit. Did it miss the thing of flaps extending? Flaps full gear. Need a bit more drag, I believe. Also, apparently KLM's going to retire their 747 by the end of the month, which is really quick. Presumably, the coronavirus might have something to play with that, just due to less people flying. We're almost lined up. Need to put a bit more roll in. Load off. That left. Raising the nose slightly because there's no puppies at this airport.
Approaching 2-4.
Okay, dropping the nose a bit. Roll up the nose. And move a little. This is going to be a long landing. Well, still not on the center line, but I suppose it's still out there, honestly.
Long landing. Long landing.
Very good. So that was a flight from Beijing capital to... I have no idea what the name of this place is, but oh well. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'll text the gate. I'm back in 25. Goodbye.